Hey guys, in this video I would like to show you that sharpening knives is not that difficult, so let's just try to keep it simple. We have a dull knife and a waterstone. This is a waterstone from the KnifePlanet sharpening set. It's a 400 and 1000 grit. So I've just taken the stone, put them into water, left them there for about 5 minutes, and then I put them on the base. This knife is a simple kitchen knife, very dull, nothing special of a knife, but I can show you that with very simple technique, we can get this knife sharp. It's important to keep the waterstone wet while sharpening. Always keep some water on it, because this is how the waterstone works. So we'll sharpen this knife at around this angle. My finger fits underneath. So this is how I feel that the angle is right. As you can see, this is the sharpening angle. Nothing difficult. Just pick this angle, put your finger. It's gonna be more or less this. One side and then the other. I just try to keep the angle as I've shown you before. So more or less, I try to keep the angle like this. It's not that I'm gonna be perfect, but I will just do my best to keep the angle like this. And occasionally wet my stone. When I sharpen the tip of the knife, I try to raise my elbow and just insist on the tip a little bit, and then back to the blade. So I try to keep the movement smooth, but you could also do this. If you're just starting out and this movement is difficult, you can also just do this. Go and raise, go and raise, go and raise. Because this is actually what you do while you do this. Push, leave, push, leave, and so on. As you can see, there is sort of paste forming. This is normal. This is the abrasive component of the stone, taking material off the dull blade. And you can feel when you need some water, you can just put it. There is no rule. You can decide how much water you put, just keep it wet. So I usually keep going just for a couple of minutes, you know. I don't set a timer. I try to put a good amount of pressure because I know that this knife is not sharp. This knife is quite dull, so I really want to get a new edge out. From tip to heel. So, I've been doing it for a while. I want to check for a burr. It means that I will simply put my finger, I'll just pass it on the edge, like this, from this side, and just feel for a little burr. It's like a rough sensation at the touch. So in this case, I feel for a burr. The opposite sensation is if you feel the side that you're currently sharpening, because this side is gonna be perfectly smooth. Decide to go on and sharpen the same side for like another minute or so. Because what happens sometimes is that you feel for the burr here, but then you don't feel it here, or you don't feel it here, and you want a burr from here to here, so along the whole length of the blade. So I feel for the burr. I can switch sides. So I was sharpening this side, now we'll sharpen this side. Goal, raise the burr on the opposite side. Same thing that I've just done. Put some water. In this case, you pull, pressing, and then you leave. Pull, and then you leave. And then again, focus on the tip of the knife you want the whole knife to be sharp. Again, I try to keep my angle finger high, more or less. I don't stress on it too much. I just try to keep it like that, visually, as a feedback, as a feeling, you know. If I end up sharpening like this, with the blade completely on the stone, I know I'm doing it wrong. If I do it like this, I know that I'm doing it wrong. So more or less like this. So be it like this, be it like this, be like this, it's fine. If I pick the right angle and I apply the right amount of pressure, I can actually feel the stone working. I can feel that I'm removing metal from the blade. So now I was sharpening this side. So this side I was sharpening. On this side I need to check for a burr. So same as before. I can feel for a burr. I can feel it more here and a bit less here. So I will just go ahead and sharpen a little bit more, keeping the stone wet. In this case, I feel for a burr. What I'm doing now is simply repeating the process that I've done, but the goal is not to raise the burr, but it is to remove it. So I will simply lower the pressure that I apply on the blade, and I keep going back and forth and switch side frequently until I can't feel the burr anymore. Until I cannot feel the burr anymore. So now I feel the burr because I was sharpening this side has a burr. Now I need to remove it, so I switch the side again and apply lower pressure. Not too gentle, but at the same time, I'm not trying to raise another burr, you know. I don't have to be too hard on the blade now. So, lighter. And I'm just gonna switch now. Focus on the tip. You can do some light strokes here, just to clean the edge from the burr. And I can feel the knife is already much sharper than before. So what I can do here is I can just go on for another minute or so just by doing this. And then what I usually do is switch the stone. With the KnifePlanet sharpening set, you have 2 stones. This is the other one, 3000, 8000. So I'm gonna finish this knife on a 3000, which means that I will simply do this. This stone works the same way, so I put in the water and now it's here, keep it wet. This is the knife that is already sharp. I can feel it with my fingers. But what I will do is simply do some gentle strokes on this one. The feedback is much different. It's much softer stone. I'm just gonna do this for a little bit. We can stop here, as the goal of this video is to show you that sharpening knives is not difficult at all with water stones. Although it might seem like a complicated process, it really took maybe around 10 minutes or so. And the knife is sharp, much sharper than before. All I'm trying to show you is that in 10 minutes of your time, you can get a knife, simple knife, random kitchen knife, from dull to sharp. All it took is 10 minutes. And now I can just do this. And this is definitely something that this knife could not do before. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you next time.